Hey guys, it's your girl D, and welcome to another edition of Meta 2020. I'm so glad you're taking out the time to join us today. We are joined by none other than the queen herself, ShayArtsz. Hey girl, how are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me. This is fun.
Thank you so much for joining me today. She's always busy being a creator, creating beautiful things, beautiful art. And I appreciate you for coming out of bill mode and joining me on the set of Meta 2020. So, Shay, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Well, I'm ShayArtsz. I'm born and raised in Memphis, Tennessee. Go Grizzlies. I hope we get there. I'm a full-time artist. Um, a mother of four. Wife, teacher, and I'm me. So yeah, I do art full time. I've been doing it all my life, and
Okay.
that's my passion. That's what I do, like every day.
Awesome. That sounds like a lot of fun. Being creative, because I'm creative myself in my real life as well. But being creative is like an amazing space to be in, just in a creative space. Is that how it is for you?
It is like VR gives me the capability to create art like I never thought of. Like it's literally if you can think it, you can make it in here, and that was mind blowing when I found out like what I could really do, not just in Horizons but in VR. Period. I love it.
Awesome. So what brought you into Horizons? When did you start, and what gave you the motivation to come into Horizons in the beginning before you started building?
Um, um, let's see. Well, we just go on vacations every year. We go on vacations, and a
Uh-huh.
couple years ago, couple years before the pandemic, we went to Florida. I went to a VR
Okay.
lounge just at random with the kids,
Oh,
and I've been going to VR
okay.
lounges since. So like we'll go on date nights, and he'll take me to like the VR lounges. And so last year for my 30th birthday, he bought me the Oculus. He was like, you have a VR headset now. You know, we don't have to pay those prices for the lounges. And I heard that you can create your
Mm-hmm.
art on here. Like my friend had one. He showed me this thing called Gravity Sketch. He said they talking about cryptocurrencies and whatever. So just like, no, it was a birthday present. So he just gave it to me, told me
Oh,
why he
okay.
got it. And so I just hopped in and downloaded a couple of apps. I played Gravity Sketch for maybe a week or two before I started like
Mm-hmm.
understanding what venues and stuff was.
Okay.
Someone at venues told me about Horizons, and
Mm-hmm.
um, that's how I came in. It was just like someone at random was like, "What you doing?" I'm like, "I'm trying to see what movie I'm watching next," and they were like, you can go to Horizons and meet people. You can do more with these avatars. You don't have to just stay here bored. And so I came to Horizons,
Right.
and I just world hopped. I used to search like art and black art and museums and galleries, and
Mm-hmm.
because I didn't know how to use the search, I didn't know how to use like the menu, but I saw the search option,
Yeah.
so I just searched for stuff that I like, and like flowers and stuff like that, and just that's how I
Mm-hmm.
world hopped for a while, just by myself, checking out all the art that popped up in the search boxes, not knowing who nobody was, and just going
Uh-huh.
through. Until one day I popped into it was like a pixel art shop. I forgot
Okay.
what it was called, but it was a world by Better World Museum, who is now Page,
Mm-hmm.
Metaverse Page. And so it was just an
Okay.
event she had, and I just saw the canvases, and I came in like, okay, I can do some pixel art. Because at first I was just playing with crayons and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
420, thinking it was 420 Queen. She had this world called How High.
Mm-hmm.
And like my first two,
Yeah.
3 weeks in Horizons, I was in How High like all the
Haha.
time. It was crazy. It was so much fun because I didn't really know about the build, and I saw build mode, but it was like, nah, I didn't understand
Mm.
like they were really building it like that by hand. And
Yes.
I wasn't interested enough to like look into it. But I met Paige at
Yes.
the Pixel World, and she told me, she asked did I create, and I was like, no, I just go around looking for art worlds and play around with the
Mm-hmm.
crayons. And now I got this Pixel World I can come to, and she was like, you can make this, like you
Okay.
can make this world. And I was like, well, I do
Okay.
painting, my IRL job, with my IRL business, A Real Touch. My main product is selling paint kits. So I host local paint and sip
Mm-hmm.
parties in the area that I'm in. And so she gave me an idea that I can put a paint and sip studio in Horizons. And so I went back into build mode
Yes.
and
Yes.
just played around with the tools. I didn't go straight into the paint and sip studio because I didn't know how to make nothing. And so I just went in build mode and I created like this tiger. That was like my first thing was the tiger that's in my
Okay.
Memphis Arts Hub. And I showed it to Paige and she was like, did you made this? And I was like, yeah. She was like by yourself? And she's like, this is beautiful. You should make more. Like you're good at
Yes.
this. And so I went from there and um just started creating more, just effort, just random objects until I felt like I could
Mm-hmm.
make enough objects to make my paint and sip studio. And so
Okay.
yeah, that's where it started.
Okay, okay. So you jumped into build mode, which I'm still afraid of a little bit. And you jumped into build mode, you started creating a bit. And then what gave you the encouragement or the bravery just to step out there and create the art that you've been creating? Because we'll get into the specifics about your art after, but what made you just jump into it and just like, okay, I'm gonna do this?
um, hmm. I want to say it was the encouragement of the group I was in, which was the Women in the
Okay.
Horizons. I was just in the Facebook
Yes.
group because, like I said, when I first
Mm-hmm.
came, I didn't know anybody. I was the type to just like go out and meet because I didn't really understand the avatars. It just, and trying
Yes.
to go up to a cartoon character trying to talk like. So I was just an
Yes.
observer. So I just like World Hop
Yes.
Art Worlds, mostly closed sessions. So I didn't really socialize.
Okay.
But I did join Facebook
Mm-hmm.
groups. Like once I got interested in building, I searched for Horizons on Facebook. I joined Women in Horizons, a few other worlds that had Horizons in it, but mainly Women in
Okay.
Horizons because it was like a support group. And
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that's what I needed, like a group that like understood like a person, like an introverted person, but still able to
Yes.
talk. And meeting Paige in person
Yes.
because I joined the group before I met her, and then I met her in person and was
Okay.
like, "Oh, you're a Woman in Horizons, like whatever." So that really encouraged me to like go more to the meetings that they used to have and the
Okay.
meditations with Flutter. That was very helpful in the beginning or whatever.
Yes.
And then she eventually asked me
Yes.
to be a moderator for Women in Horizons,
Okay. Mm-hmm.
and from
Shout
there I
out to
started
Women
doing
in
working here.
Horizons. Yes. Okay, okay, okay. So let's talk about your art piece. So one art piece that stood out to me, and we had a small conversation before getting on. The one art piece that stood out to me, that caught my attention in a scary way, was the piece you did in October.
Mhm.
Was the piece you did in October, and it was so detailed, guys. Like I went up to the piece had movement, and I was just so amazed at how a wonderful creator that you are, how the realism of the piece was just so amazing. Can you tell us a little bit about that piece that you created for that month?
Um, so I love Halloween. Like that's my favorite holiday. But there was such
Mm-hmm.
an influx of Halloween worlds that I was like, I'm not gonna do a Halloween themed world because I'll just
Okay.
enjoy the worlds that everyone else making. Like there's no point in
Okay.
wasting, because it takes time away from enjoying everyone else's world trying to build a world. So I'm like, I'm not gonna build enough for
I
Halloween. I'm
agree.
just gonna enjoy the worlds.
Yes.
And so, also around that time, I went on vacation on the beginning of
Mm-hmm.
October. We was in Florida for a week. I binge watched anime with the kids, and one of them was
Okay.
this anime called Yasuke, the Black Samurai. So I binge watched it with the
Mm.
kids. It was really fun. They made me want to look up like they're homeschooled, so they made us want to look up the
Yeah.
information about him because we knew that was a real person. And so
Okay.
after I saw read his information, whatever, we came back home and I started going to Halloween worlds. But like that's kind of stuck with me because like I just learned about this person and like his story was never told. So I'm like, I'm going to tell his
Mm-hmm.
story, but from a woman's perspective because that's that's just what I like to make is women figures. And so this just made me invent
Okay.
a story about how his life ended. And Dark Arts came from just dark arts, yeah, it came from me just trying to create a story around
Mm-hmm.
about around that man. And the figure came from a drawing that I had in IRL. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, around that time also it was like some stuff going on, um
Yeah.
some situations that was affecting me mentally, and I was kind of down
Okay.
too. And so
Mm-hmm.
dark arts came from like trying to take that energy away, like put that energy into something else,
Yes.
like put all that negative, ill feeling energy
Yes.
that I was
Yes.
having. And that's where Dark Elf came from. And that's why she was like the goddess of vengeance. Because I was really trying not to go there with this person. And so I took all
Mm-hmm.
that negativity and all that anger and wanted to get back, and I put that in the dark arts, and that's how it came out like it did.
Oh my God. My God. The story in which you told, and the triumph that came out in the end. The reason why we won't really go into detail because we like for you guys to go over and check out Dark Arts if you haven't.
Mhm.
Please do, because the story in which it tells, and then the vengeance that came out in the end was so amazing. Like I was tearing up, and I had to get closer to the art piece just to
Mhm.
take in all the detail and everything that encompassed. So, I want to tell you, shout out to you for taking that negative energy and creating such a wonderful, wonderful, great space. Yeah, you
Thank
did. You
you.
did that. So now
I respect
tell
that.
us what you've been doing lately, because I've missed the piece and I do plan on going. I think I missed. Is it gone? You make
No,
so she's working
I'll
on
put
new
it in another world.
pieces. Okay. Okay. She's been going making new pieces. And tell us a little bit about what that encompasses. What is it about?
So the world I released, Melanated Arts, was my homage for
Mm-hmm.
Black History Month. I actually was gonna make a more of a historical, more of a more of a world for Black history, but there
Yeah.
was some stuff going on in my city around the time that made me want to like focus more on where we're
Mm-hmm.
going and like what we can do. And so I took the figures
Yes.
that I was gonna put in the history world and just made a Black future world. And so those three historical figures, I want to make like visions of how their past contributions have affected our future now. And so that's what Melanated
Okay.
Arts is. It is a homage to three Black scientists and inventors, and physicists and doctors, who have influenced the
Awesome.
world with their science and technology.
Okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
love it.
So you
Awesome.
did miss the
Awesome.
first piece, but I will
Awesome.
put it in another world to review later.
Okay. Okay.
But y'all
Awesome.
welcome to see
Yes.
this week's piece. So last week was just
Okay.
like a general piece to represent. The name of
Uh-huh.
the piece was called "We Are the Future."
Okay.
If you haven't seen it, you can check it out on my Instagram. It's ShayArtsz_VR. You can see the old piece, "We Are the
Yes.
Future." I'll put in another world later. But the newest piece is
Yes.
dedicated to Miss Valerie Thomas, who invented the illusion transmitter, which is like one of the technologies that developed to now we're able to see in 3D, on
Oh
TV
my God,
screens
that's
and vision.
awesome.
Yeah, so the newest sculpture is dedicated
Yes.
specifically to her, and it has a little mini
Uh-huh.
game, puzzles, and every week I'm going to change out the sculpture to represent the three women that's on the plaques inside, and yeah, that was my contribution for Black History Month. Well, hashtag Black
I
Future Month.
absolutely hashtag Black Future Month. Awesome, awesome, awesome. I really, really appreciate you for taking
Mhm.
our time to come and see us, guys. We really have to come together so we could go and see ShayArtsz's new her new venture for this month, because she's always putting new things in and changing new things out extremely quickly. So you got to keep up with her. So do us a favor so we can keep up with you. Give us your MySpace, your AOL, your YouTube. Tell us where we can find you, and don't forget to put that cash up in there.
Well, y'all can find me on Instagram. It's ShayArtsz_VR. And if you would like to, my cash app is $a real touch, which is my IRL business. Also follow my new Instagram for my business, a real touch.llc. I'm working this year to like do more to integrate my IRL business in the metaverse. So I made an Instagram because that's where the metaverse is, and on Facebook.
And you're so right about that. You're so right about that. One more thing before we go. Someone who just bought their new headset, can you give some advice to them coming into Horizon, a new person? What would you say to them?
To a new person coming to Horizons, I would say that if you're afraid to like get out there and meet new people and interact, definitely do what I did and join those Facebook groups, because talking to people on there
Okay.
and finding people who are willing to like bring you in and like going to those events specifically like to meet people, it definitely helped me out in the beginning. And you'll meet friends who understand.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you so much, everybody. I appreciate you guys for stopping by here at Meta 2020. Don't forget to send a shout out to my girl, ShayArtsz. Leave some comments down below. Tell her how you loved her worlds. Hit her up on Instagram and everything. And remember, guys, thank you for showing up today. Always show up and be completely 100% authentically the you that God has created. Have a wonderful week, month, and make sure the year be phenomenal for yourself. Bye.